early, but it's early nonetheless. And the main reason I'm doing it is because I've noticed in previous VODs, my greeting and whatnot is cut off a little bit, and I don't know why. I have a smudge on my screen. Yeah, the intro is cut off a little bit, so maybe if I add some pre-intro intro, this will get cut off, and not my usual intro, which is hello loves! Once again, I am Silent3, and this is my kitchen. Tonight we will be making Farmer's Market Penne. This is a vegetarian dish, but it can easily be made vegan by not using cheese or using a cheese alternative, and also cutting out the cream cheese as well. I think there is a vegan cream cheese alternative, so I don't know. Can use that. I can't vouch for it. I'm kind of curious. I saw sour cream and cream cheese in the special market section, and I'm kind of curious. I should maybe I should check those out at some point. But not today. Today we are making a food box meal, so they have already sent me cream cheese. I'm currently peeling garlic. You know how I am. I usually just use the jar stuff, but I took a glance at my recipe, like 4 minutes before the stream's supposed to start, just to see what I was in for, and I saw that I'm actually using the whole cloves of garlic this time, which means I actually use whole cloves of garlic because it's worth it in things like this. I guess I can show you the ingredients. We'll switch over to PanCam for a second. I call it PanCam because it's the one that I can move to go look at the pan. Oh, we've got some penne, of course, because it's a pasta dish. I guess you could use probably whatever pasta you prefer. This one comes with penne, and I'll be honest, that's one of my favorites anyway, so I'm not going to argue. We have a little bit of cream cheese, zucchini, we have lemon, tomato, some mushrooms, chives, and some Parmesan cheese. And of course, some garlic that I just dropped on the floor. I didn't unpeel that one yet, so all of the floor stuff is going away with the paper. What's more interesting, watching me peel garlic, or, well, I mean, like watching the garlic as I peel it, or watching my face as I just fiddle with something off screen? I'm going to assume actually watching the garlic is the more entertaining part. So, yeah, I've gotten started on some of these, as you can see. And I am using my little garlic hack. I've switched knives. Hey, Linkster, how are ya? Video's frozen. Oh. Frozen, but now it's better. I didn't change anything, so I'm gonna assume that it fixed itself. Thank you for letting me know. It's half coming apart anyway. So, there's a fly in here, and it's driving me crazy. One of my coworkers was nice enough to give me a tomato plant, which I'm very excited about. I think they're like big beefsteak tomatoes too, so it's gonna be pretty exciting using those. I'm gonna make so many salads. But when I got home, I was like, well, I'm gonna take it directly into the backyard. But the dogs are going crazy inside. Gonna do this for a while because this unfreezes video. Press that one already. Give it a harder one. So I got home and I opened the door so the dogs could come out into the garage. And since I was taking the tomato plant into the backyard anyway, I just left the door open and they could come and go as they please while I was getting that moved out there. And they did, and apparently so did the fly. Um, but it's just a fly, it's not like a bee or anything, so I'm not too worried. I just might get a little bit distracted along the way. No peppers, actually. That's a tomato. Kind of hard to tell from that angle. And that one's a lemon. And I'm guessing you didn't mistake the zucchini for a pepper. Yeah, but we're making a pretty simple one. Oh, actually, while I'm peeling these, I'm gonna go ahead and preheat my oven to 450. Nah, he won't eat much. We also we have a spider living upstairs, so maybe he'll take care of the fly. I doubt it because the spider is real tiny and the fly is ginormous. But we can dream. I don't know if the spider actually set up shop upstairs. Uh, he was dangling down right in the middle of our office, which wasn't a very effective place for him. The yellow thing's a lemon. Yeah, do you not like lemons? He doesn't like lemons. That's a joke, of course. I know that not everybody likes lemons. And that's okay. Garlic is sticky. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that, but it's real sticky. I intended to pre-foil my pan, but I didn't, so I am doing that now. My baking sheet. Oh, zucchini's off to the side over here. It's in good shape. Um, Last week we had a zucchini and it was a little squishy, but this one's doing real well. It is ready to go, and I am excited. Chives. Did I mention the chives? All right. So, we have preheated our oven to 450. I have already washed and dried all my produce. So now it's gonna just be cutting. This is going to be a very simple episode to watch because there's not a whole lot of stuff going on. I cut my veggies and then throw them into roast. Um, I've got some salted water on the stove. Um, it's working on getting heated up. That's going to be for our pasta. And that's it. That's all we need. Just the baking sheet and the pan. And I'm real excited. And the cutting board, of course, because we're cutting so many veggies. Just so many veggies. Linkster, how are you doing? Did you have a good day today? It was a hot day today. I moved so many miles to get away from heat like this. Yet here we are. I don't want to say it followed me because, I moved away from Texas. Um, how many years ago was that? It was 2015. I moved away 6 years ago. And it didn't follow me to Colorado. So I think it just wandered up here on its own. Oh, that's right. You're smoking your ribs today. That's a good day for it. How long have those been on? And how much longer do they need? This vegetarian pasta is going to be, it's going to seem woefully inadequate compared to freshly smoked ribs. But it's also going to be, a simple and filling meal. So I'm not too worried about it, if I'm being honest. Okay. So this type of knife has these little ridges on here. How late are you going to be going? Are you going to be playing Minecraft tonight? Or are you still going to be waiting for your ribs? I was saying, it has these little ridges, and oh, seven's not bad. And apparently, like theoretically, it's to keep things from sticking to it while cutting. But the way I cut, since I'm left-handed, it might end up being on the wrong side. So we'll see how it goes. I don't think it's going to like mess anything up with the knife's performance. Actually, maybe not. Maybe it's going to be better. Who knows? So we have our tomatoes cut into wedges. Um, we're just gonna quarter our mushrooms. I love mushrooms, guys. They're so good. They're one of my favorites. Um, they are the most like if someone says they don't like mushrooms, I am the most willing to forgive them for it. Like if someone says they don't like bell peppers, what is wrong with that person? Like bell peppers are incredible and pretty much the best and everyone should love them. Mushrooms, like I love them, but I know not everyone does and I am okay with that. Can't do raw tomatoes, they have to be canned? Really? I mean, these are going to end up getting cooked. Is that okay? Or would you just use canned tomatoes in a recipe like this that requires them? That's interesting. That's very interesting. I'm gonna get another little piece of foil. Fold it in half. Okay, folding it in half. I'm going to trim the roots off my garlic here. I don't know how much of a difference. The taste of raw tomatoes, interesting. One would think that a canned tomato would taste the same as a raw tomato. I've never done a side-by-side taste test. I always just kind of assumed. But now I'm curious. Next time I make chili or something that that uses them. God, my train of thought is all over the place tonight. It was an intense day at work. We only had two masseuses. Masseuse? So yeah, it was intense. Hmm. That makes sense. I mean, if you want to cut down more acid, I'm just gonna add extra cheese. Like this is the amount of Parmesan that they give me, and I'm gonna be honest. I know it's probably blasphemous, but I don't like Parmesan that much. Um, so what I'm probably gonna end up doing is maybe supplementing this a little bit with some mozzarella. I do love mozzarella. Okay, so toss zucchini, tomatoes, mushrooms on a baking sheet with large drizzle of oil, salt, and pepper. Then, okay, we're gonna start with our garlic though. We're gonna place these in the center of a small piece of foil, and we're going to drizzle them with oil. Just a little bit. perfect. Drizzled with oil. And then I'm going to close this up. That didn't close. There we go. Oil's pretty forgiving. Okay. That's going to end up going on the baking sheet. I already put the zucchini there, obviously. Throw on the mushrooms. Throw on the tomatoes. Already losing structural integrity on these. But that's to be expected. They are tomatoes. Gonna scooch my cutting board over a bit. Go nice and secure. There, that's better. Alright, these will also get some oil. And I'm going to add some salt and pepper. Starting with pepper, obviously. Little pink bicycle tires. Bicycle tires? Is that the tomatoes? Like if they were cut into rounds, then absolutely. I can see that. These are into wedges though. Not quite bicycle tires. Okay, just throwing this around a little bit. This is a simple recipe that uses just salt, pepper, and some chives for flavoring. Like all of the rest of the flavors come from the actual veggies and the pasta and stuff. I think that's one of the reasons why I like using salt and pepper so much. Because it gives the flavors of whatever I'm cooking more of a chance to shine on their own. With the exception of garlic. Garlic shines too. And every dish should shine with garlic. Okay. Here's a piece of towel that's awkwardly placed. So, these are all nice and ready to go. I'm gonna throw this in for about 15 minutes. You know, I'm gonna make it 20 minutes because my oven isn't quite fully preheated. And rather than being patient and letting it preheat, I'm just gonna, start on it now and add a little extra time. So after the 20 minutes, I'm gonna take the garlic out, but the rest of the veggies are gonna keep going for a little bit. So I've got the large the large pot of salted water going. It's not actually a large pot. I might end up regretting the pot that I have used for this. We'll see how it goes. We are zesting and quartering my lemon. And then we're going to thinly slice our chives. And then we're going to hang out for a bit. It's a real simple one today. And if you want it to be more filling, if you want to add some meat to it or something like that, I mean, just like throw the chicken in the oven with the veggies and then mix it all together. Super easy. Zesting the entire lemon. This is a nice lemon. Such a fondness for lemon and lime zest since I started getting these food boxes. They're very refreshing, quite flavorful. Thinly slicing my chives. Yee! Woo! Everything's fine. I am excited to make some fried rice on Sunday. That's happening with Lingster. Right here, we're going to be starting at 6 p.m. Eastern. So, half an hour earlier than usual. So with the chef's knife that I have used in previous episodes, it's a rocking motion. This one is more of a shing shing shing, and I think it is better suited to my cooking style. These flat splayed out fingers are not good for anybody's cooking style. But I'm still so bad at the claw. Getting better at holding my knife properly. And the motion of this knife works better for me too. So I think this is the knife for me. We are learning things on this show. Have our chives all ready to go. Some of them are still in kind of big pieces. But, you know, variety of the spice of life. And when life is a spice, then you definitely need variety. Okay. My water is boiling. Okay. My pasta is in 15 minutes. Is that like gonna be the perfect time? Oh, no, it's 9 to 11 minutes for the pasta. So I'm gonna set a different timer. Okay. Gonna get my butter out now. Might as well. Like, at this point, I don't have anything to do except wait for my veggies, my garlic, and my pasta. So, switch back up here. Hi. Um, yeah, I am going to get some more mozzarella cheese. I buy my cheese in 5 gallon, God, that'd be so much cheese. 5 pound bags, which is still a lot of cheese. And what I do is I will dump half of it into this container and freeze the other half. And then when I finish the container, I will dump the frozen stuff into it and go again. I have like weird cheese habits where sometimes I'll go through a 5 pound bag like that in a week and a half. Other times I won't go through it fast enough at all, and my cheese will start to get a little bit moldy. And like when it's a block of cheese, it's easier to deal with when it gets moldy. You can just cut that off. When it's shredded cheese, it's a pain in the ass. So, in order to avoid even the possibility of it starting to mold, I just freeze half of it right from the start. I'm cutting my little chive pieces into smaller bits. Not much though. This knife well suited for the chop 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 chop. It makes a good sound. But I want to leave these little chives in rings, so I'm not going to do that a lot. Okay. So we still have about 6.5 minutes for our pasta. So, how's it going? It got hot today. I don't like it. It's like 77 degrees. And stupid. And here in New York, starting tomorrow, it's uh okay to be in public places. Ugh, God. That's too hot. That is too hot. Too hot. Too hot. 79. Where are you? And hi, welcome to the stream. Is that Martin Elger? Is that Marty Nelger? I'm sure it's not Marty. About 30. Oh, that's not bad. 30 minutes. I know this is gonna sound real rude. Fridays. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Cool. All right. It was gonna be either that or because I know Sly has a game that changes up, and I was wondering if you might be friends of hers. But no, that makes sense. Hi, welcome to the stream. Um, is it Martin? Do you want to go by Martin? Marty Nelger? I don't know why Marty Nelger amuses me so much. Okay. Garbanzo is a goblin, as one might expect in the Goblins game. Um, and he is one of my favorite characters in that campaign because he fights like Hulk Hogan and talks like Larry the Cucumber. And it makes me happy. We're making some pasta today. 30 minutes. Okay. I feel like everything in Rochester is like 20 minutes away at most. So, oh no! You can't forget the voice! That's like the most important part. Second only to ripping your shirt open and beating someone with a chair. I guess those are important too. Oh, shoot. That little black bar has been there the whole time, hasn't it? Sorry, guys. I fixed it. Oh, man. So this is a vegetarian pasta. I've got some zucchini, tomatoes, and mushrooms roasting right now, along with some garlic too. My oven's preheated, guys. And we still have like 10 minutes left, so I think that's fine. It should be okay. We have about 3 minutes left for the pasta. Once I drain the pasta, um, I'm gonna get as started on the next step as I can. But I am going to reserve some of the liquid. And the way I save some pasta water is I just put a little container in the sink, and when I dump it out, I aim for that for a bit, and then I drain the rest into the sink. It saves me from having to like scoop or anything. I should maybe have chosen a bowl that's a different color than my shirt or my kitchen. It's harder to tell. There's a distance thing, but they're both red. Um, I'll do that. I think what I might do, because I have some time, I think I might prepare dessert too. and preparing dessert in this case. Where's my thingy? I have a thingy, and where is it? How does one just lose a fine mesh sieve? Is it in here, maybe? No. Well, this is embarrassing. Oh, there it is. Fell off my shelf. But, ooh, 5 minutes for the ribs. Nice. Preparing dessert in this case is going to be taking a bag of cherries, dumping it into my sieve, and rinsing them. It's about cherry season, guys, and I'm real happy about that. Cherries are delicious, and I love them. Ooh. And we have the added benefit. Let's actually not do it like that. Okay. So pasta, well, I should test to make sure pasta is ready to go. Pasta needs just a couple more minutes. So I'll just keep on rinsing my cherries. Fruit is great. It's a fantastic, sweetness, but also healthier than eating candy. So, I don't know what that means, Wingstar, I'm sorry. I'm not hip on your lingo. Unless that was unattempted chow, but an S instead of an A. That could be the case. This is gonna be my worst episode of this because there's just so much downtime, and so we have to rely on me pretending to be entertaining. Um, and maybe this would have worked fine in a different or on a different day when I'm not half brain dead. But here we are. God, how do I do this for 24 hours? 33 minutes since I've been live, and I am floundering. Good, good. Let's drain our pasta. I have this pan lid that I use. It has little holes in it. I am not going to rinse my cherries with pasta water because while pasta water is amazing with pasta, not as much with cherries. Okay, so my pasta's drained. I'm gonna relight it and I'm gonna set it to low. It actually says medium high, but because I still have so much time with my veggies, I'm gonna go low and slow on this one for a bit. I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of butter. Or forks, 2 forks of butter. I guess we can switch over to a more effective camera for this. rather than just staring at me being awkward. Here we go. So, measuring butter is for suckers. This is probably way more than the tablespoons, the 2 tablespoons. But this fake butter is delicious, and so I'm not worried. It's also heart healthier. I almost said harder healthy, but that's not how that phrase works. It's heart healthier than actual butter. Oh, no, that's good. Alright, and boom, there you have it, guys, buttered noodles. We're done. Thanks for watching. I'm not going to do that to you guys. Okay, so, I'm gonna go ahead and add my cream cheese and my lemon zest at this time as well. Not in that order, apparently. My lemon zest and my cream cheese. And my cream cheese will melt at the same time as my butter. And I can get the little package open. I am the worst at putting my scissors back where they belong. Like, there's a place for them right here in my knife block. Do I ever put them there? No. Why would I go into something like that? When it would be so much more fun for me to be in the middle of a stream broadcasting to thousands of people. You guys are basically thousands. If I did have 1,000 people watching, I don't think the quality would change at all. Like, it should improve, but it wouldn't. Let's be honest. Oh, we're adding half the chives. So we have 2 tablespoons of butter. The same way that, how much does this claim? 3 cloves of garlic. I measure my garlic and my butter approximately the same. Speaking of my garlic, let's see. That's ready to go. Okay. I'm going to put another 7 minutes on my timer. One of these days I should check to see which microphone I'm using. Would be a smart thing to do. And that way, if I'm over here, I should make sure I'm always using this. I have some lemon on my finger. I should always be using this microphone because I'm closer to this camera more often. It's my action shot camera. Okay. So, I've added 2 tablespoons of butter, cream cheese, lemon zest, half the chives. I'm also going to add the mashed garlic. Let's bring this back over here for a second. So here's my little foil of garlic. I'm going to open it up. And there are my cute little garlics. And I'm just going to use this fork and mash them. Grr, death koozie garlics. Not really. Is death to the garlic in this case like I'm hunting garlics? Is that what's going on? Oh, I hope this isn't killing them because they've already been roasted. And I would hate to think that they were roasted alive and survived only to get mashed up at the end. Okay, so here is my mashed garlic. And all of that getting added in here. Okay, there we go. It looks real nice in there. It's hard to tell because it's kind of the same color as the pasta. But we're going to mix it up. I'm going to add some pasta water. Make sure if you do what I did and leave this in the sink that you give yourself like a ½ inch clearance, just to make it easier to pick up. Unless you have a container that has a lid, or not a lid, a handle, that would make it way easier. But I didn't use one of those. Okay. Another benefit to using the container to hold my cheese like this is that I can open the container and not just immediately summon both of the dogs because they know the sound of the cheese bag. And every single time I have to take the cheese bag out, put it in the fridge to thaw so I can put it in the container. Or if I've actually remembered that this is what I'm eventually going to do and I flatten it out so the frozen chunk fits within the container. Every time I move that cheese bag, here come the dogs. And it's heartbreaking when the cheese is still frozen. We do what we must. This is making a delightful sound. Like, if someone has a really good microphone, just make some cheesy pasta, stir it around a bit, and there you have the sound effects for, like, zombies digging through gore. Right? Listen. Yeah. That's the sound. Okay, so stir until creamy. And then I need to add some more pasta water because I've added a lot more cheese than they were anticipating. Oh, but there we go. Now it's getting creamier. It's still like a mass of cheese. I might have overdone it on the cheese. But I measure it like I measure my butter and my garlic. There's no such thing as too much. Taste one of these. Mm. Quite nice. All right. So Next up, we'll be adding in our veggies, along with some lemon juice, salt, and pepper. We have just a few seconds left on the veggies, so in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and squeeze in my lemons. Once again, I am squeezing them into my cupped hands. So all of those seeds don't end up in my sauce or my dinner. Excellent. It says a squeeze of lemon. So I am going to translate that to the entire lemon. It said to serve with the remaining lemon wedges on the side. But, like, I always forget about those garnish things. Both when I am plating and if in the event I do remember, I forget about them while eating, so I don't add it. So if I just add all of the lemon now, then it is fully lemoned. And I don't have as much food waste in unused lemon wedges. I mean, the alternative is just eating the lemons, which I could do, but it tastes better with the pasta. A little bit of pulp in there. Delicious. Okay. This a stir. Add my salt and pepper. That was a lot of salt. That might have been too much salt. Pepper. And my camera is on the portion of my stove where I usually put trays of veggies when they come out of the oven. So, let's move this here. Is that gonna work? No? Here. Gonna see some mess on my stove, don't mind that. Let's get out our veggies. Look how nicely roasted these look. Mmm. All right. So now it's just a matter of putting them into the pasta. Guess I should keep my oven mitt for this. Oh, I can turn this up too. Closer to the medium high that they originally recommended. And I'm just being quiet over here. Man, I'm real sorry about the quality of today's stream, guys. It's been a rough one. Okay, so everything's in there. Let us stir. Mm-hmm. My cheese is just one large mass. Maybe that's why they recommended Parmesan instead of mozzarella. But hey, I don't mind eating a chunk of cheese. Let's pull this back over here. There's my mess. Here we go. Bowls. These are the same shallow, wide bowls that I use for my rice bowls. They are excellent pasta dishes as well. Also good for salads. Okay, so one final mixing. And just dumping it in unceremoniously. Great to get the cheese off the bottom of our saucepan. And it's mozzarella, so it has a cheese stretch. There we go. I think it looks appetizing. I don't know what you guys think. Chives on here. And the Parmesan that they actually gave me is going to go on top as garnish. Okay, well this one is Dice's. Because I wasn't paying attention and I put like all of the Parmesan on it. So let's give this one another handful of mozzarella. And because I covered my nice pretty garnish, a little bit more chives. Boom! Done. Just like that. So now, in classic fashion, let's give this a taste. I have some zucchini, a little bit of tomato, some mushroom, and a bunch of cheese. There's a noodle on there too. Let's get another noodle. Just for more balance. Okay, it's precarious. Damn. This is real hard. Okay. Sticking off the end. Mm-hmm. That's real good. I like the freshness that the lemon brings to the party. There are still ginormous chunks of cheese, which are probably not ideal, but as a cheese lover, you won't hear me complaining about it. Here you go. Pretty quick, pretty easy. I recommend this one. Yeah, cool. Okay. Bye, loves.